What up, world? You already know what time it is. Boy, Matt, Mr. Host with the most. Never need to brag no more. So we ever did is give us toast to the real folks who done paved the way in the real way for us players to play. And parlay this good game that I got for y'all today. Y'all, come on, dog. Let's keep it a hundo. Let's keep it a hundo. Did Big Meech betray 50 Cent by doing business with Rick Ross? The car show. I mean, he just got out of the jail, man. He's trying to get some paper. You know what I'm saying? Now, Rick Ross do got a good ass track. I think a Big Meech, Larry Hoover, whipping work. Hallelujah. One nation. Under God. Real niggas getting money from the effing star. So he does got one of the best Big Meech tracks out there, man. I mean, Jeezy didn't even make a Big Meech track. Big Meech made Jeezy made a track from Obama though. A president is black. My Lambo's blue. And I was goddamn if I represent too. He ain't never made no track for you. You big homie. But you know, I don't know. 50 might look at it a different way because, like, oh, so you going over there messing with him? Officer Ricky? With all the bullshit everybody's saying about Meech's brother and everything like that, Southwest T, kind of messed up, you know what I'm saying? Think that Meech should go over there, but Meech is looking at it like, yo, I'm Big Meech. I could go wherever I want. And you know what? You gotta give him his props because I guess 50 went to him for the story. He didn't go to 50 for his to tell his story. So 50 got to just take that one to the chin. But I ain't never heard him say nothing about it. I guess if he's getting money, he's getting money, right? Should be allowed to get money wherever he wants. And he will get money wherever he wants. So shout out to Big Meech, man, for coming home and not getting into politics, doing what he got to do, because a lot of people want you to join their politics. You know? I guess it's giving themselves some clout, make them feel better about themselves. I don't know. But if you're real, you're going to put the politics aside and everybody going to eat. If you fake, you're going to act like everybody owes you money, owes you a favor.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what they got the car show and they got a benefit concert coming up. So shout out to What's the Number TV. We're gonna listen to what they got to say about the whole thing, you know what I'm saying? I like what the brothers are doing over there. Shout out to What the Numbers TV, man. For youth.
Valentine's Day, and on top of that, Jeezy live in South Florida too. So
yeah, I'm just saying because you know we always hear Jeezy's name connected to BMF. You understand what I'm saying? Meech, BMF, Blue. We always hear Jeezy in that circle of names. So for him not to be on the bill, I don't know.
I mean, he got majority in Detroit, outside of like Lil Boosie and if
Rick
you think
Ross,
about it,
Savage, Sexy Red.
when you go to T-Face Grizzly, T Grizzly, Babyface Ray, Iceberg Vizo, Skilla Baby, Peasy, Payroll Giovanni. That's Detroit. Like it's like
I say Detroit and Atlanta. Because everybody else is Little Baby, 21 Savage,
Red, Cody,
Young Scooter.
Doug Detroit.
Yeah,
Like,
42 EST.
Majority of it is Detroit.
Moneybag, Boss
More
Man.
than half of the artists are from Detroit.
Yeah, but he's from Detroit, you know. So I get that part of it. It's a good show for them doing it somewhere in Florida. So, you know, I guess it's a good show for them. But like I said, I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna pump the brakes on Baby Jeezy, shut it down, because you said maybe he'll be added. So I'm gonna pump the brakes on that narrative. But as of right now, we don't see no sign of Jeezy. Now get to the Ross and 50 Cent. Do you think it's a slap in the face to 50 Cent for Big Meech to have Rick Ross on the show?
I mean, you got the only reason why I think Ross is on it is because of the song. The song was a big song, bro.
Yeah.
I think I'm Big Meech, Larry Hoover. Definitely. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only reason. At one point in time, they were trying to get the song to be on the, but like I guess Ross and 50 Friction wanted the song to be the song for the show.
Okay.
At a point in time, you know what I'm saying? So, but you know, Ross is a DR when it comes to them anyway.
But can 50 take it as a slap in the face? Is what I'm asking.
I don't think 50 taking that slap in the face because he looked like Ross getting paid to do a job.
Okay, because he was quick to shout out to come at Southwest T over his picture with Little Preem, remember? So
I mean, that's different. Like Ross and Preem are on different hierarchies of enemies with 50.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Ross is like, you know, and then on top of that, 50 then came out on top. Like Ross and him, I was at the Hip Hop Awards in Atlanta.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Ross and felt the wrath. And then, you know, Ross just went through what he went through in Canada.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So Ross is like Ross ain't getting no Vegas residency. You feel me? Ross ain't doing world tours.
So you saying 50 ain't really gonna stress that basically?
Not the Ross is, but like Little Preem is a little different thing because of the shit with Marquise, shit with his Preem. You know, his life almost. That's a whole different echelon of beat. You know what I'm saying? So.
All right. Well, it's rumored that a lot of these artists are doing this show for the free on the arm, pay homage. You believe that?
I believe it. Yes, I do.
Okay. That's a hell of a lineup to get for free, though, right? Raw Savage, Baby, Moneybag.
Them niggas is kissing the ring.
That's what that's called, kissing the ring.
You see what does it say? Put it back up.
Welcome back,
legacy concert.
But like, I don't think you're kissing the ring for no third party cooperator. So I think we could throw that narrative out the window also. What do you think?
I don't think it's no third party cooperator.
All right. We gotta set some narrative straight. You know what I'm saying?
Look, Young School, all these dudes look up to me.
Nah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
They want us to let them know. Is the third party? Is that a narrative that we pushing on Meech? Is it like, you know what I'm saying?
She ran from the loop.
Yeah. And that's a big BMF hub.
You know what I'm saying? She from the loop.
Yeah. But I don't think he would have all these artists paying homage if he was a third party cooperator. If there was some paperwork out there on Meech that people was actually jacking and holding his feet to the fire. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a fact.
All right, I might want to push, man. Shout out to Big Meech. I wonder if he's getting off his house arrest, if that's what this concert is celebrating, or if he still got some more months to go, or will he even be at the show? Will he even be at the show? I hope he's at the show, right? Hopefully his PO. Okay. Well, you know, shout out to him, man.
He might got some ends with AG, but I think that they all in performing. That's the bill. Then he got some headliners on the bill.
Yeah, but he almost did 20, man. So he's back home, man. He's reaping the benefits of, you know, standing tall. Shout out to Big Meech, man. We got to see what's to come when he finally gets off that house arrest.
So I think there might be some something going on in the camp, but hey, it could be just a money play. Hold up. Yeah, my bad, y'all. I have to take this call real quick. But yeah, man, the streets is talking. They think there's some up the whole situation. I think people got to really realize that when it comes to business, a boss is just going to eat regardless. You know what I'm saying? If 50 has a problem with that, then that will make 50 a Trump. Big Meech just got out of jail, so you got to run up a bag too. If it's on the Ross side or the 50 side, you know what I'm saying? He was BMF, so he do his BMF thing. He gonna get his money regardless, right? So I hope he runs up a bag on these cats, you know what I'm saying? Because they was yelling BMF, beat me, glorifying the shit. So let the niggas glorify it and pay the niggas.
And that is Young Jeezy. Why? Because Young Jeezy was left off of Big Meech's Welcome Back Legacy concert. And the internet is in
Jeezy was left off bad and bougie.
Absolute shambles. Now, why is the streets in shambles, one might ask? That's because Jeezy and Big Meech used to be bestest of friends. Maybe not the bestest of friends that you might be thinking about, but they were definitely instrumental in both of their careers and for the culture. Jeezy was really one of BMF's first like big artists that was representing BMF, that was putting Big Meech in all of his videos. If you don't know, here's some footage of them back in the day. Big Meech, Jeezy. Even in his old music videos, he used to put Jeezy in. He used to put Big Meech in all of them. Big Meech, Fabulous, Blue Da Vinci. Yeah, so Jeezy was definitely repping BMF hard body. Like, so people are like, yo, how is it possible that Big Meech is having a Welcome Back Legacy concert and all these artists are performing, but Jeezy's not performing? Look at Big Meech's page. Big Meech posted this party. Welcome Back Legacy concert. Lil Baby, Rick Ross, 21 Savage, Sexy Red, Kodak Black, 42 Duck, ESTG, Money Black Yo, Boss Man Dilo, T Grizzly, Babyface Ray, Icewear Vezo, Skiller Baby, Peasy, Payroll Giovanni, YTB Fat, Taby, Boosie, Young Scooter, and more artists to be added. You have all those artists, but you don't have Jeezy. Miss the first rap artist, the first biggest rap artist ever to really put BMF in all of their rap songs. Not only that, he put Big Meech in a bunch of music videos. Like when I say a bunch, I mean a bunch. Like, look at this. Hold on. Let me show you right here. That's definitely BMF. This is Bun B, Young Jeezy, Big Meech, and BMF on stage performing Trap or Die in 2004. Come on, they repping BMF to the fullest. BMF. Look, here's another picture. Blue Da Vinci. Jeezy right there. Big Meech right there. Here goes another throwback picture. This is Big Meech and Fabulous. Another picture, Jeezy. Definitely Big Meech right there. I know you saw him. Here's another picture of Big Meech and Jeezy. Another picture of Big Meech and Jeezy in 2003. Look, there's Big Meech right there. right there. That was Big Meech right there. Also with Fabulous. Look. That video had a bunch of people in it. Beanie Sigel's in it. Cameron's in it. Fabulous is in it. Fabulous always finds a way to be around Big Meech and them. I'm not gonna lie. Even this video right here, this is Blue Da Vinci song with Fabulous and Jeezy. And you know, Big Meech made a cameo on this too. So people are saying that, you know, back in the day, Fabulous was probably down with BMF, but he was just in the East Coast. So yeah, man, this is. So the fact that Jeezy is not performing with Big Meech for his legacy thing is crazy, and it screams something that we probably just don't know about. Look, everybody's saying what Jeezy ain't performing. Where the snowman at? No, Jeezy is effing wild. Y'all gotta fix whatever happened to the coaching. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. But supposedly Jeezy responded, basically said, I couldn't lose if I tried. I am FBIDF. I don't know what that means, but I guess he heard what people were saying. Here's a picture of Jeezy and Lil Meech. So, and that was in 2018. So we don't know what transpired and since 2024, why he don't really rock with him no more. But here is a actual clip of Jeezy talking about his relationship with Big Meech.
About some of the illest, like when I watch Narcos and I see the Felix guy who put everything together, that reminds me of my guy, because you talk about the most dangerous people in Mexico. Set him at the table and said, this is what we're gonna do. Now I'm not saying that's what he did, technically, but what I saw around him was love. People from New York, people from here, people from there, Bloods, Crips, GDs, Vice Lords, and we together. You know what I'm saying? So he was able to bring the love and make, you know, people love each other, and that's what I respected. You know what I'm saying?
When you hear it's 50 Cent,
right?
That's actually executive producing or producing the BMF.
Right.
Like, what's the first thing that pops up in your mind?
I mean, shit, you know, as long as my dude eating and he getting his shit off, I'm with whatever he about.
But you don't feel like you think you should be a consultant?
No. That was exact opposite. I'm just gonna be like,
yeah, so Jeezy, it seems like Jeezy he didn't even mention Big Meech's name in that interview. He said, my guy. Then when he said you shouldn't have been, he like, no, I don't want no parts of that. We don't know what happened, but something had to have happened. It's very interesting, the dynamic of this relationship, because they was super buddy back in the day when you really think about it. And then check this out. In an interview, 50 Cent had actually said this. So 50 Cent said it about Big Meech a while ago when he was talking about producing the BMF soundtrack. Check this.
It's so many things. I got another record coming from off the BMF soundtrack. The BMF will have a whole musical soundtrack connected to that. Yeah, so it's different. There's so many people connected. That story is connected culturally. BMF, so you'll see more involvement from other artists. Like, I got 42 Doug, him and he already said something, him and Jeezy on the record.
50 Cent said anything to try to sell a record, I guess. I'm not a Jeezy performing. Why hasn't Jeezy welcomed him home? I mean, I've seen all kinds of people welcome Big Meech home. This was Payroll Giovanni the other day. Linked up with him.
I'll tell y'all why. Because when they're going through court and everything like that, Jeezy got away from them, you know? Act like he didn't know Big Meech. You know what I'm saying? So when Big Meech went down, these cats got caught up. So that's what's happening, you know? he didn't stay down. So if you didn't stay down, how do you expect to come up one day up? You know what I'm saying? And that's just the way it goes, man. I mean, 50 Cent knows that Big Meech is his own man, and that was his thing, you know. Everybody getting money all over the 50 states. That's where you had it locked down. So vastly across the states, because he had bringing in like 2,000 keys a month. That's a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? So, and he ain't have no type of violence or nothing like that. It was just some Detroit player shit where you gotta commend them for that, you know. Type of 1-2 incidents here and there, but when no wild shit. But I think 50 Cent really presents the whole thing because he didn't speak on it. He didn't diss it either because he don't want to diss Big Meech. That's okay. Some people could be assholes. You know? Do I think it's a good idea? Do I think it's a good idea for me to do that? Get down with Rick Ross? Perfect, because he has a good rapport. Rick Ross probably dropped a bag on him already. You know? So it's good money all around the board. Plus, Meech probably put all these cats onto some bread back in the day, so they're probably bringing it full circle, you know, and giving them back what he, you know, paying homage, so to speak, on some mob type shit, you know. You know what I'm saying? So you got to give Meech his props when it comes to that. Because he really had the spot locked down, you know. He wasn't playing no games. His brother got him caught up, but, you know.
There's nowhere. Everybody moved like brothers. And everybody from different places, Milwaukee, St. Louis, Detroit, Texas, Atlanta, Cali, you know what I'm saying, Florida. Got people from everywhere. Everybody move as one. Everybody is prospering in some kind of way, in their own way. Every man plays his own role. And everything starts with the leader. I'm a good leader, so I got good people that follow. You know what I'm saying? It's simple. If you can only be like the nigga that's running your crew. If you got a robbing ass boss, then you're gonna be a robbing ass crew. If you got a real boss who know how to sacrifice and take the bad along with the good and show his crew know how to be men, then this is what you get. Everybody shining like new money. And ain't no other crew like this in the world, and never will be another. Now, you can't get on me. I might jump on the stage with a stick on me. Every cornerback with me got a pick on him. Every clock in it big got a dick on it. How you watching my line won't click on it? I'm a butt out of roll and no tick on it. They tell you about real, got a kick on me. I just pray that my dog don't switch on me.
Reset TV, what's happening? It's gravitating away, and I hope today will be an informative video for you, and I hope you receive it well, man. I am your host, again, gravitating away, and we got to gravitate away from the bullshit, y'all. And this community definitely needs a reset. But I want to talk to y'all today about the upcoming Big Meech Welcome Back Legacy Concert. It's to premiere Thursday, February 13th of this year. You feel me? Has an all-star lineup. It's a lot of little nuances going on, like people wondering if Rick Ross is going to show up. Ross said he's not. And then, you know, you got other people upset that Young Jeezy is not showing up. You know, all this other stuff. But here's my thing. It's a bigger, right, narrative that's happening right now. It's nothing new, but it's amplifying all of a sudden. And you got a lot of folks online, right? In Black Twitter, all throughout social media, that's expressing their disgust, one would say, about a figure like a Big Meech being popularized, but more importantly, being celebrated and honored. And I have, believe it or not, a different opinion, right? I have a different opinion about this, and I'll explain more. I hope you guys allow me to, and you got to feel where I'm coming from. But before we do that, I was watching the Beehive TV, and I want you to check out this guest right here, what he had to say about Big Meech being honored and celebrated, and the certain expectations in Black street culture about a Big Meech coming home. I mean, he's home, he's in a halfway house, if y'all don't know. And this gentleman spoke very eloquently. I thought he articulated his point very well. And I got to salute, because I'm on the mindset of damn near the same thing. So let's check this out. And while you're waiting for it, do me a favor, you know, go ahead, do the right thing. No Spike Lee, just hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And if you can, I'm hoping if you're in the same umbrella as me that want to see your people do better, share this video, you feel me? I know this ain't the most sexiest platform. I don't got the most degenerate stuff for y'all to be entertained. I don't. I'm just here sharing a viewpoint and hoping I can have a few good men and women that can help build that and share that. So without further ado, let's check this guest on Beehive TV with his point of view on Big Meech coming home and this concert that's at the forefront.
Reader. So I started, glossing through the comments. I'm a guy to kind of sit on the sideline. I ain't never been the person that inserts myself in the mayhem, but I like to watch the mayhem, And one thing that stuck out to me, was a lot of people, a lot of the ex-strippers, everybody, money gonna be raining again, all the ex, the lower end, movers in the shaker.
Close.
Was up under him, down to the street level, to the soldiers. Oh, we finna peek right there. Where we left off, dope finna start flowing around. Money finna start flowing back around again. Nobody does it like Meech and this and that and blah 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 blah. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I looked at this and I said, I got to talk to my people. This is different than, this is bigger than Big Meech. This concert. I want to temper expectations. I want to throw some on the mind of people. Every kingpin that I have ever, me personally, that I have known. Now I've never, Andre Willis. We had him here on the show.
Facts.
Big D Handspike. We had we had Keith Presley out of Chicago. One thing that I have found, I ain't talking about Joe, just Freeway Rick Ross, Joe doing Dave Peter. You know what I'm saying? Back then. One thing that I have that's been a common theme with all of them is that how they went in, they don't come out the same way.
That's right.
That's one thing. A lot of my brothers and sisters are assuming that that this man who has just did 15 years, 15 years, is going to come back out with the same thing that he went in. I want to put this on a lot of y'all minds out there. Beehive, will our people have the same energy if he comes out and once he sticks his head out, his message is we need to lead the youth now. He takes on a Farrakhan role. He takes on a Martin Luther King role. He's getting the little football teams and buying helmets and pads for the kids. You understand? If he's doing justice reform, are we gonna have the same energy then? Are we gonna look at him as if oh man, man, you ain't street no more. Oh man, you ain't this no more. The man's son has held him down.
That's right.
The entire time.
Thanks.
And I just kind of wanted to to say to the people, I look at this, if I have done 15 years and I made I did this type of thing to my people, and this for all of them. This is me talking to all of them. What if I want to come out and I want to right that wrong?
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? We're talking about a man that's pushing 60 years old.
Right.
So if you think you're going to be up in Magic City every night throwing up $40,000 and $50,000 right there, let me tell you something. I got some property to sell you in Vermont. You understand what I'm saying? I wouldn't even wish on a a street guy, a legend, a street legend like Meech to even come out with that same type of behavior.
Yeah.
I'm looking to follow a guy that he has the whole culture. We can almost say, let me tell you something. When you're speaking of Big Meech right now, his name is ringing, and it's not in the way of these guys that I'm fixing to say. But you're talking about Tupac.
Yeah.
You talking about Bob Marley.
Yeah.
You talking about MLK. When you go in the street corner in America, you see those flags. The Honorable Minister Farrakhan.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? This is how a lot of the black street niggas are looking at Big Meech.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? I think that he's gonna take that serious.
Mhm.
I think that right now that this man could come out right now and be in that genre of those next guys. And one, he'll have the credibility to be able to do it, Beehive, is because we know where he came from.
That's right.
We know what he did in the street.
That's
He
right.
has the credibility to be able to do it.
Come
And
on.
I'm kind of hoping for that.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? But one thing that I do know about our people,
Yeah.
anytime that it's something positive and there's a change,
Mhm.
we fall off the bandwagon.
Mhm.
You ain't cool.
So yeah, you know, shout out to Beehive TV, by the way. Y'all subscribe. He be having some phenomenal interviews. I really like that platform. Gotta support black media. You feel me? Especially when there's different point of views that are depicted for us to hear, right? So go ahead and do that. Tap in with Beehive TV. But back to what I was saying initially. You got a lot of folks outraged. They feel like, you know, our best and brightest aren't celebrated or revered the way certain street figures are, right? Like your drug dealers, your murderers, your thugs, etc. No need to go too deep in it, because if you know, you know. That stuff is not necessarily that what I think, right? And I'm sure a lot of folks feel is something we should celebrate. But I'm in the mindset of having a different opinion because this is how I see it. Making this video was a little different for me because I'm tired, right? Like, I'm really tired. I just came from work. And when I say work, I'm doing the work. Me and my team went to our local YMCA. We booked a meeting room and we was discussing some new things to do with our different clubs that we have. One of them most profoundly is our Club Elevate program. And it's to, again, empower our youth. It's not that I forget about older folks. That's not my fight anymore. You know, that's not my fight. I understand what it means when someone once told me you can't repair broken men and you can't reach certain people who are set in their ways, right? A lot of the older folks in our community, and this is just me throwing a number out there, I'll say 30 and up, they're set in their ways. Good luck if you want to try, you know, and make things right with them. Go ahead, do what y'all got to do. But for me personally, I'm gonna keep it blunt with y'all. You know, I'm about the youth, and I know y'all have heard people say this before, but going back to the Big Meech concert, it's gonna be right here in my neck of the woods, folks. I live in Broward County. This concert is going to be right here in Broward County. And when you think of South Florida, you're thinking about palm trees, South Beach, but like a lot of y'all neighborhoods and communities, people highlight the best parts, but they don't talk about the underlying issues that are going on with certain segments in certain communities, right? In these areas, such as the hood, right? Let's just keep it a buck, the hood. It's a lot going on, folks dying, etc., etc. So much degeneracy that is to the point, I don't want to just talk about the degeneracy and not talking about the solutions, but my point is this. A lot of people that are outraged, that are brightest or intellectual folks out there, folks that are graduating, people that are doing, you know, the actual work out here are not being highlighted, and people are upset about it. But as somebody that's on the ground, right, every day, the same people that are upset, I ask y'all this: where you at? Where you at? Y'all always ready with y'all Twitter fingers to be outraged about something, right? But when we need y'all help, y'all worried about speaking against the issues instead of doing something about it, giving a lending hand. For instance, a good friend of mine on YouTube, which kind of hit me on the whole Big Meech concert, because I'm not paying attention to that stuff. My platform, we talk about hip hop, but I like to highlight certain things about hip hop, right? But I'm not so knee deep in it where I know every little thing that's going on. Well, in this case, it's something that's magnified as something big, right? But my boy, hopefully he can view me as a brother. He's one of the first to give me love when I came out here on my other channel. And I saw that he put a post about Big Meech. And I'll put other people's posts that mirrored his post because I don't want to put him out here. I got respect for him. But he put a post that said, this is what we're doing, right? In the Black community, where basically, you know, just to paraphrase, we're celebrating somebody who, quote unquote, caused so much harm in the community, right? He put that post up. And of course, you know, you saw everybody coming in, chiming in with their opinions, liking it, etc. And I'm not going to go against them speaking about how Big Meech shouldn't be glorified, etc. And it's not just about Big Meech. It's about the characteristics of a Big Meech, right? People that are symbolized. Like,
see, I can't go along with that narrative. Let me tell y'all why right now. I can't go along with that narrative. Yeah, he did bad in the community, but tell me what group didn't start out doing something bad? I'll wait before they turn it over and did something good with it. I'll wait. The Brothmans sold liquor. The Rockefellers were snake oil salesmen. Come on, do I have to go further back? You know what I'm saying? Everybody had a hand in something. So now when it's Big Meech and he perfected his whatever he had to go through, got to a high level, now he shouldn't be glorified. Not that he's glorified, is he made a way for himself, you know? And he stood tall and he came home. And he's changing for the better and going back. So people should pay homage, you know? So all this shit about, oh, he shouldn't be glorified. Not glorified, but he shouldn't be celebrated and all that. Well, he didn't have a large operation. He fed a lot of people, so can't deny that. Like, the act is a bad thing, but let's keep it real now. A lot of other people became billionaires off of other things, other contraband. And overnight, they just blew up and changed up their basically became legitimized, you know? The Black folks, we gotta stay at a lower level because what? Because the color of our skin. So it all comes back to racism at the end of the day, man. You know what I'm saying? So don't get it messed up. Salute to Big Meech, man. You know? He has a solid foundation. He came through the ranks and he broke through. And these type of people got to be celebrated. Understand their mind and where they come from, yeah? So we can build the Black community up even bigger and better.
like a Big Meech, are drug dealers, etc. All the degeneracy that folks speak against, yet they love to be entertained by. That's a whole nother thing we'll touch upon. But for me, how I saw it was hypocrisy. They're not wrong to be outraged that we don't give light to the brightest in our community, the folks doing, you know, what they're supposed to do, doing things the right way, people graduating, people doing phenomenal things. We don't really praise that, but I disagree, because the question is, just like y'all giving time and energy to be outraged about Big Meech being celebrated, which he's not celebrating himself, it took people to do that, right? While you have an outlandish, you feel me, lineup, like you got so many big names and heavy hitters that's gonna perform for this Big Meech welcome back, you know, whatever you want to call it, concert, get together party. While you have a great lineup, what about the folks behind the scenes that's putting this together? Or what about the executives in general behind hip hop, right? Because we love to talk about how Black folks created hip hop. None of it matters when you can't tell me something substantial in the last 50 years that hip hop has done for the Black community. Keep in mind, I talk about hip hop, I'm still centered around it because it's something I grew up with. And when I say that, people call me a hypocrite because there's like, how could you talk about the negativities in hip hop, but say you're a part of it? Because I think you forget the inception of hip hop, the origins. There are those of us that has never left that, right? Once we tapped into the consciousness of hip hop, the things that hip hop has provided a lot of us, right? Therapy, almost like many of us never left. And I love hip hop for that. I'll never turn my back against hip hop, which is why I think when you speak against the ills that are seeping from hip hop onto the community, destroying certain mindsets, destroying our youth, and the way that we've been projected, then hey, man, I think I'm doing it a good service, right? Because I want to clean it up. But I don't think that being outraged, right, about things that you don't like about hip hop, which, let's just get this out of the way, hip hop is entangled with Black culture. I know some folks get offended, but it's true. Hip hop is entangled with Black culture. To the very nitty gritty, it is entangled with it. But my thing is for the folks, once again, that are outraged. It be them people, right, that be so mad, but they never do nothing out here. For instance, the reason I didn't even know about the whole Big Meech concert is because when you're actually doing the work, right, you're really busy in that mud. And I can't say that enough. When you're actually busy, you focus on the possibilities more than the bullshit going on, right? The degeneracy that a lot of y'all like to point out. The hypocrisy that I see online, it's not just online. I know the internet be interneting, but a lot of it is the truth. We got hypocrisy with folks going online and hypocrisy out here in the streets, because a lot of them are the ones that are silent, that don't do shit. And if I'm to be real with you, figures like a Big Meech, certain killers, and I'm not proudly saying this, but you know, certain guys I've been around, certain so-called killers, you feel me? Some of the lowest of the low-hanging fruits, as some of y'all will call them, those guys have been the one when I really changed my life, when I really, you feel me, wanted to do more and not just be outraged. And I'm talking about in my early 20s, you feel me? These guys were the main ones backing me up when I was talking to a group of kids or whatever, you feel me? A group of seeds, young Black men and women. They were the ones backing me up, telling them children that, yo, this man right here ain't lying to y'all. And what you heard on that BITV interview with what the brother was saying, I'm hoping for the best while Big Meech is out because of the influence that he holds, right? I'm hoping he is one to say, nah, what I did wasn't cool. I don't care the good that came out of it. The bad was just so damn strong. We can't worry about whatever good came out of it, because some folks will have you, right, believe that F everything that came with it, right? People dying, communities being destroyed. Big Meech looked out for people. He was different. He was real. He fed so many families. He was a real boss. He was a real one, a legend and all that. I would hope Big Meech ignore all of that type talk and say straight up, man, was it worth me not seeing my family for damn near 20 years? Was it worth me being in a box like an animal? I'm sure anyone would admit all the money in the world, which is projected that Big Meech had over $1 billion. I'm sure anybody in his position who once had that type of glory, right? And I'm calling it glory in terms of what the streets call this, right? This glory of being rich, of making all this money, but then you're stuck in a box, can't see your family. And despite how everybody else think, right? Because you get some naysayers saying he snitched or whatever to get out. But my point is, you got a lot of folks, more than the naysayers, are saying Big Meech held it down. He was a real one. But one thing I know about life, when everybody's gone, right? And you're alone, it's nothing like those thoughts, right? When you're by yourself, alone with thoughts you can't run from. Lord knows how that man really was feeling. I would hope he give us a window into his mind, the everyday struggle that he was battling, not physically, but mentally. What was going on? Being separated from your family, people being buried and you stuck behind them walls, you in the belly of the beast. That's the part that I'm hoping Big Meech would be glorified about, right? But unfortunately, you got a concert out here. I'm not going to speak against it. Many people are, however, saying all this stuff, right? We shouldn't worry about a Big Meech. But then why are you outraged? Why are you getting out your feelings, but you don't have footprints in your own community? You don't go out there speaking to the youth. More than speaking, being a part of centralized programs that can make a difference, that can make a change. Because all of y'all be thinking you need money to do this stuff. I'm telling you, I am a walking testimony. You do not necessarily need the money to make the impact. The money is what happens in the long run, right? To keep the thing steam-headed towards the right directions. But a start is a start. And a lot of y'all, I'm willing to bet, don't even have a start in terms of what you have done to help your community. People get mad about that when you say that. What have you done for your community? And they like, oh, y'all always talking about that. Well, it matters. It matters. That's the gist of a so-called community. Because if it's not a community, it's just wild, wild west. A bunch of animals running loose. That's how they view us. Those aren't my thoughts, but that's how folks view us out here. If it's a real community and you want to be dignified, a lot of y'all need to stop complaining and get your boots on the ground. But my point is, imagine being outraged about something, but you already claim, right? You claim to be doing right by your people. You claim to be doing all this activism and all this stuff, but you got time to worry about what's going on with Big Meech. Here's my thing. The people that are celebrating Big Meech, specifically this Welcome Back concert, those are people that was in his circles. In terms of, in our community, we have different segments. We're not a monolith. Unfortunately, the degeneracy is at an all-time high, and it's damn near suffocating anything else we got good going, right? But you're not gonna, listen, you're not gonna necessarily see people who are actually doing the work and are intelligent enough to understand, you know, the glorification of drug dealers, murderers, and all that stuff. They know how that affects the youth. Those aren't the people praising and big upping Big Meech. So my thing to you is, when you're talking about being upset about a Big Meech concert, keep in mind it's within that circle. If you're not a part of that circle, you shouldn't be outraged, because the people that I know and respect are not the ones ignoring our brightest out here. They praise them every day. And if you're doing that, Big Meech receiving a concert is not something you should be bent out of shape about. Because personally, this ain't new. Y'all been new. The black community in general as a whole damn near celebrates degeneracy. I say we change that narrative by keep doing what you gotta do out here. Don't put a magnifying scope on this, but yet you got nothing to show about what you're doing to combat all of this. In my opinion, in my humble opinion and respectfully, I feel like Big Meech did his time. Whatever else you think he should be punished for, I believe in a God. Maybe y'all don't, but I think that's between him and his maker. I feel like he suffered. That's what prison is, folks. It's not a playground. So if you think that was not enough in terms of this man doing his time, he will meet his maker and he will have to do and handle with that. But as far as on the grounds, y'all, I'm getting sick and tired of a lot of you YouTubians and just chit-chatters, Twitter finger folks out there being outraged about everything. But every time I bring up this pivotal question, what are you doing? It's crickets. Everybody gets defensive. Nah, you ain't supposed to ask me all that. I'm supposed to co-sign you being angry. I can't do it, man. I can't do it because I see the vision. A lot of things can change if a lot of the folk that are upset stop being hypocrites. Because guess what? It was y'all that was trying to fit in. All the folks you see out here with degrees, some people in a lot of influential positions, right? The so-called intellect community. You think they ain't the ones jamming a lot of these songs in their rides? You don't think they're the same ones glorifying a certain segment in our community that should be despised? You don't think they're the main ones doing it? Because I'm telling you, the biggest pushbacks that I got trying to make a difference in my community was not the so-called drug dealers, the gangsters, the gangbangers, the murderers. It was average day folks and some in notable positions that wanted to fit in, that was calling me lame, right? You preach too much. You rap too much. But let it have been a drug dealer that came there trying to influence all that I was trying to build up, they'll co-sign that. So nah, man, in my experience, I'm just keeping it a buck, man. Some of y'all may not like it, but a lot of the drug dealers, the ones that had sense in ways and wisdom took over, were the ones helping me my cause. But a lot of the folks that were outraged, when it's time to get some help, they're nowhere to be found. But I guess y'all on the internet getting real comfortable worrying about a black man that did his time coming home and being revered and cheered on by his own circles, meaning folks that subscribe to that type of thing, right? The whole drug dealing culture, the whole getting money, flexing, the whole trap industry, hip hop in general. The folks cheerleading that are within those circles. Let them do their thing. But if you're worried about black folks graduating from college, doing great things out here and nobody giving them love, damn it, you give them the love. You go out there and praise them. See, what you do with your energy is always going to be important. If you could spend the same type of energy that you spend on being outraged about all the degeneracy that's going on in our community and using that to actually help fix, guess what? Every time you saw some bullshit out there about a former drug dealer, former gangster murderer getting praised, it wouldn't even matter or hit your radar because you're busy doing the work. Man, if y'all felt anything that I was saying, tap in with your man, yo. Just gravitating away. I hope I dropped something insightful for y'all to ponder on and not get lost on that internet BS, bro. Because again, man, I'm telling you, most folks that be angry about this stuff, they ain't really.
His voice sounds familiar though. I think he's that World Spotlight hip hop cat. Same Haitian cat, but his message is true. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't on Meech, man. Meech is doing what he gotta do. You know? So 50, it ain't no betrayal. It's just business. But if 50 takes it as betrayal, then you know he's on some sucker shit because you never did no business with Big Meech. You ain't BMF. You can't hate on Big Meech like that. You don't even watching, you know? But don't take it as a diss, you know? Just take it as respect for the OG. It's your boy, Matt Mizzle. You know my slogan. Keep it real in the field and get how they feel. I'm out. Peace.